Building Genesis is back once again with another video, which is really quick for me to get out a second video so soon as putting up another one. But I want to show you all the construction that I have gotten on the Rhino just in these last 2 days that I've been building, which has been a lot. I've accomplished so much work and it's really exciting. This is where I started out, obviously just the parts trees, and it's so fascinating to look at this and see how far I come. So this was yesterday. This was cutting out the first hull plates there, the treads and the doors, and then getting ready for spray paint, the primer coat, which just like my Space Marines, the primer coat is Chaos Black, a spray which works really well. You can see here it dries great and it dries fast. I can't say enough about the GW Chaos Black spray paint. It works great. It's really nice, and of course then the priming, the base coating gets done really fast. This is and obviously I painted both sides of that. That was the second batch of stuff. You can see there it's all painted. You got the floorboard, both hull plates, the treads, the doors, and then these are the final batch. You got the hatches, the hatch covers there, the top hull plate that you can see, and some more of the doors and different armor plating. And then I spray painted that as well, which was yesterday. Again, that was the first day. That wasn't too hard to spray paint. Sometimes I mount it on tape, and that kind of holds it better in place, and then keeps it from flat spotting. And then this was the first hull plate, the one side of it, gluing it together. I glued it and then decided to spray paint. It was just an idea. You don't have to do it that way. I spray painted this corn red using the Citadel spray gun with mixed results. And then this is me doing the doors. It is quirky. I'm not an expert with that spray gun, but it worked out pretty well for what I wanted to do. It just takes a lot of work at actually getting it to come out and not being too watery. This was this morning, or actually this afternoon, day 2. And this is me spray painting again. It didn't come out quite as well, but it was okay. I made it work. Had to touch up some spots. This was the inside door panel here, and I drilled out the bolter hole. I wanted to make that look really detailed, and you'll see it again later. Next, I painted the wheels on the hull plates, and then I started gluing the treads on. So treads can be tricky. Make sure you get the right treads on the right ones. I actually messed up, and I took some treads off and redo it, so don't do that. You just have to pay attention to the instructions. It's not difficult, but just make sure it is the right tread for the right side of the hull frame. But I got both of those hull frames glued together with the treads on them, and I really like the way GW does their treads. Again, as long as you do them on the right side, it's not too hard. And then that's both of them there. Pretty straightforward. The treads stick in. Sometimes you gotta force it and snap it tight, but it works out well. And that's the floor plate that I glued in from one side to the other, and that looks good as well. And this is a video of me showcasing the Rhino just so you can kind of see it. Sometimes the flash and pictures without the flash, it's kind of hard to get a true color, so I thought a video would help. This is the side of it here. Again, just with the floor glued in, and this was even this afternoon, so I got a lot done just today, as you'll see by the end of this video. There's the back. You can see where the treads actually disappear into the hull, which then gets covered up by the hull frame. And there's the one side, and actually it works out really well for these treads because it ends up that it gives the appearance that it's a full tread that cycles all the way around, and actually it's not, which is really smart by GW, and it works out really well. Doing a full tread or doing a rubber tread would just take a lot of time. This is the door that's going to go kind of the midway point of the cargo hold. I'm not going to fit it here, but that's just so you can see that's about where it goes. I still have all the detail work to do on that. And then I have the top hull plate, which you'll have to push down, obviously. I'm not going to leave it like that, but that's the general idea of where we're headed at this point, and so it looks pretty decent, I think. There's the control panel again, and I did a lot of work on it to make it detailed that you'll see later. So that was right after I made the metal areas and I washed it. This is me getting ready to do the hatches, and some of the storm bolter actually goes on the right hatch there. That locks on. I love this. This is a lot of fun to do in that little control panel there. You don't have to, you don't see it. Obviously, it's inside the Rhino unless you open one of the doors up. But it's fun. It adds character to your model, and that's what you would expect to see on the inside of a Rhino. And there you go. But it looks really cool. So that was fun to do. Fun to do a different color other than red. When you do that, just pick whatever colors you want and do them on the different instruments however you see fit. This is the hull plate, the top of it. Once I glued that on, there you can still see that control panel. Again, I haven't put on any of the access hatches at that point. This is another video that I have where I'm just showing you some more of the Rhino with the hull plate, the top of it glued on. I still have to glue on the front armor plates, and then of course the doors will go right there, and then the top access hatch will go right there, which I'm actually going to spray paint the Genesis insignia on, which I'll have to do tomorrow, or you'll see me talk about that later in this video. Then the rear door goes there, which of course is not glued. I mean, you can glue it if you want to, but it's made to actually open. You can still see inside the cargo hold, which I've washed at this point, and then eventually I'll wash the whole tank in Agrax Earthshade, which really blends it all together. And there's the other side for where that door will go, and there's the front again. And here's the armor plating that I just glued on. It's very angular, very boxy. War in the Far Future is fought with a bunch of very box-like vehicles, so but it's already taking on the very characteristic Rhino shape. I've got the doors on there. This is me working on the hatches again. And then there's the front plate, but now I've done the windows, and I did the little wipers. They're kind of hard to see, like you don't see them, especially there's the armor plate on it, which I don't think I glued on right, actually. I think I might have put that on upside down, but I looked at the directions and I couldn't figure them out, so that's the way it's going to be. But it still looks pretty good. Again, it has that distinct Rhino look. Those are the access hatches on top of it, and all the doors, and this is right before I'm ready to wash it, which I'll show you in a video again after I take some pictures real quick. This is again looking inside. You can see the control panel. It just looks really cool. That's why I'd recommend doing it. I mean, you don't have to, but it looks cool when you look inside of it. And there's how it would look in game when I deployed one of my squads out. This is another video. This is right after I've washed it, and this is the final segment, so to speak, of it. Actually, no, never mind. I haven't washed it yet. This is right before the wash. This is kind of, again, I'm kind of going back and forth with the different pictures to try to get a good feel for what the actual red color looks like, and sometimes it's hard to replicate that. The Genesis insignia is going on that top access hatch, which is a white triangle point down, and then it's the red, or not red, black inverted V on top of that. So I'll spray paint that probably in the next few days, but someone needs to use my Rhino. I'm going down for a tournament tomorrow, and so I'm just trying to get it ready for them. Stormbolts will go right there, of course. So this is right before I washed it, which actually took a while, and then this is after I've washed it. It's might be hard to tell. The flash makes the wash look really bad. Like you can see the elements right there. It doesn't really look like that. I like washing it. It doesn't look as good on the big surfaces as it does on the Marines, but it still adds a lot. It makes it look weathered. It makes it look somewhat dirty, and it really gets in those recesses and really brings out that detail back, which I enjoy. And of course, that's why I do it on the Marines. And I still washed it here because I wanted it to match the Marines, so it wasn't like a brighter red than what my Marines were. Here's the final video. Last little bit here. No, it's a longer video, one of the longest ones I made. But this is the Rhino. This is how much I got just in 2 days. Probably about 10 hours of work, I would say. Probably will take about 12 to 15 total to finish it. But this is the Rhino. Hopefully I'll be finishing it up real soon, so let me know what you think, and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a good day, and just stay tuned for more updates on the blog as I'll continue to post pictures of this and keep you updated as I look to complete this Rhino.